So we're in the following setup. We're in a SMODE project, and I have a content map of 1920 by 1080 resolution, an output linked to that content map, which also shares the same resolution. And in my show, I have two layers, a test pattern that's being sent and rendered in the content map, and a video file that's also being sent to the same content map. We're being asked to output these media on a video projector, and to do so, we'll have to edit the four corners of these media to fit the projection surface. To do so, we'll have to create a new pipeline object called the processor. To create this processor, all we need to do is to open the pipeline tab, do a right click and create a processor. We can associate a name and a resolution to the processor. And we want to make this resolution match our output resolution, so let's keep 920 by 1080 pixels. Once created, we can visualize the contents of our processor in our viewport, as so, and we can also access its layers. The processor functions like a regular compo. The only difference is it's at the end of our pipeline chain. So we can create any type of 2D, 3D shape layers, and we also have this new category called pipeline layers. And so these pipeline layers can be seen as references to objects in our pipeline, for example, our content map. And so to create these pipeline layers, we can simply right-click and add those pipeline layers, or drag and drop an object from our pipeline tab. It's within this pipeline layer, which references our content map, that we'll be able to do our four-corner deformation. To do so, we'll indicate to the reference of our content map within a processor that its renderer here isn't set to parametric mode, but to perspective mode. In the viewport, we can activate the edit mode. This edit mode will allow us to control the four corners of our deformation. In the video output, we can change what's being represented. Currently, it's showing the contents of our content map, but we want the deformed content from our processor. And so this is how we'll be able to apply the necessary deformations to fit our projection surface. For increased precision during the deformation process, we can activate the yellow cross by clicking on this button here. This will allow us to easily locate our mouse in the projection area. You can also move a point by selecting it and using your keyboard arrows. You can also select two or more points and move them relative to each other, also using the keyboard arrows. If you hold Ctrl and press the keyboard arrows, you will have a wider movement. And if you hold the Shift key plus the directional arrows, your movements will be a lot more precise. And so as you can see, the deformation here occurs at the content map level. To be precise, the content map reference within the processor. And so now, if we choose to visualize another media, we can see that deformation occurs for anything that's being sent within the content map.